Yo. Oh, I want to wear my glasses because, you know, it helps when you get to my age. But also, alien eyeball syndrome from my ring light, so maybe I'll take them off. Hi. Let me know if you're watching live or on the replay. I'm all shiny faced, as per usual. Girls got to use a lot of oil, you know, at my age. Gotta like oil myself like a piece of antique furniture or like a leathery suitcase. I'm gonna keep it in prime condition. Hey, Kasha. I think I might have seen a little Candice love heart there. Hi, Annie. And as I was making my peppermint tea, I was like, oh, I'll use my moon mug because that makes perfect sense for today. There's Candice, there she is. And I was like, oh, but what if Candice is there and I don't have my Spidey mug? So you did flash across my mind, like, should I have the Candice mug or should I have the moon mug? And I was like, come on, use the moon mug, Noel, use the moon mug. Today I've had so much fucking energy just coursing through like my upper chakras, my upper centers, and at one point I actually had to go and lay down on the decking outside and just like lay on the decking, grounding. And I just did a bit of clearing, like emotional clearing, muscle testing. Hey, Maria, long time. It's been a long time. And Eva, hello, hello. Yeah, so I did some clearing on my open centers because I could feel that I was like vibrating in them. And yeah, I just been feeling a lot for this new moon. And so it feels perfect to be doing this tapping with you today. So Taurus, we are, you know, we love the finer things in life. We love luxury, we love comfort, we love money, we love security. We can be a little bit so fixed in our energy and the way that we see the world sometimes that it can be difficult to let go of things or to create space for new things to come in. It's a bit of like better the devil you know. And in relation to money, my journey with money has been, as you know, something that I've taught and spoken about a lot because it has been such a huge journey for me. Hey, Lou. Lou Luton. The Louise Luton, no less. And it's just been coming to my mind again, this kind of over the last few weeks, and feeling that there's going to be a whole new level of evolution in my finances. And the way that I can understand that now is pretty much the way that I understand an up level in any area of my life, because I'll start to feel like a tension, like a pulling in a way, or a contraction around a certain area of my life, and then I'm like, oh fuck, this means something big's gonna happen. And that can either instigate like a kind of a feeling of fuck and fear, or we can lean into it and think, okay, I trust that I'm fully supported. I trust that whatever I desire is meant for me. I trust that any of the desires and visions and wants that I have in my body are meant for me, that they are safe for me to receive, and that anything that I have to let go of or lose in the process is a necessary part of the journey. And the idea that anything that we need to release or let go of, maybe it actually doesn't have to be as painful as we seem to think these things have to be. And I've written down on my little notebook here, because something dropped in just before the live stream. We're going to do some kind of root clear, but I'm not sure what it is yet. But I think it's going to become quite apparent once we start having a bit of a dialogue. But the phrase that came through to me was, when I get what I want, everyone wins. And I feel that we have been somewhat conditioned. I know I have on some level. I don't even know necessarily particularly where this programming comes from anymore, because I've done so much fucking deconstructing work on my money mindset and what have you. But when I get what I want, everyone wins. if you could hold this belief at the core of your being, how much easier would that make it for you to be able to speak your desires, for you to own your desires, to actually even look at them and be like, yeah, that is what I want. Fuck, okay. And then the how and all the rest of the stuff is just something that you then figure out or that shows up for you. But the first step is always anchoring into that little seed of desire that lives inside of you. So when I get what I want, everyone wins. We're going to clear that statement to make sure that everyone is fully congruent with it. Because to me, I feel that we've had this programming. As I said, like me, I know I have this programming, otherwise it wouldn't have shown up for me as a thing. That if I want something, then there's going to be someone else has to like pay for it, or someone else is going to get hurt. Or if I change my mind and make a decision about something, that there's going to be like a negative payoff for somebody else. So when we look at this in terms of money, for example, the idea that if someone pays me for something, that I win because I get the money and they somehow lose out is just crazy, right? If somebody pays me for the services that I offer, for the magic and the energy that I bring to the fucking table, then they know what they're paying for. They know why they're paying. They're following their desire. So of course they're going to get juicy and delicious things out of it. And for me to believe anything other than that would be so completely counterintuitive. For me to believe that by somebody paying me, they are somehow losing out is the complete opposite of what is actually happening. They're investing in me and my services and what I bring to the table, and I will deliver, and usually I over fucking deliver, and they get more than what they came for. Most of the time, right? 90% of the time, 99.9, 110% of the time. So the idea that when we receive money or when we receive anything that we want, the idea that anyone else involved in that transaction, whatever it is, whether it's love, money, whether it's the way that your body is evolving, whatever it is, by you getting what you want, you are not taking anything away from anyone else. And there is always a situation where you and anyone else involved in this transaction or the situation gets to win. There is always, I have definitely been quite black and white in certain areas of my life where I'm like, well, this will happen or this will happen. And I can tell you, this is pretty fucked up, but let me know if you can relate to this, even if you're a bit like, I know I shouldn't, but I totally do that. Like, own up, fess up, help a girl out. I know that if there is a situation where potentially someone I care about where I perceive that they would receive hurt if I made one decision, or I make a different decision and I have to sit with the pain of that decision, and they apparently don't feel any pain, right? Like I'm saving them from their emotions and their pain. Like 10, I was gonna say 9 times out of 10, but pretty much I'm sure it was like all the time, I would choose the option where I'm the one who takes the pain. Like, oh, martyr, let me take on this pain. Let me not have what I desire in life because it's so much easier for me. I'm so much stronger. This is my cross to bear. This is my burden in life. I can take it and I will protect you, oh fragile soul. Like, it's so fucked up how we do that. Anyone else do that? And anyone else recognize that pattern in their life where you will happily struggle, be in pain, take the fucking punch to the face, take the gut punch, take the wrenching, like not leaning into your desires and not getting what you want from your life in order to protect somebody else, right? Have you ever done that? Have you ever sacrificed your desires and what you want in life because you think that somehow you are protecting somebody else? Please tell me. Maria, yes. Hey, Tam. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Ingrid. Louise, oh my God, yes, fantastic. Good. Everyone, if you don't feel that way, that's great. Like, fucking more power to you, and stick around because we could use that transmission to draw on. But Lynn, yes. Cash is like, yes. Ingrid, yes. Okay, cool. So we're on the right track. You're in the right place, guys. So we're going to be, Karen gave up a job. Oh my God, Tammy, yes. This is great. I love it. So we're going to be using money as an anchor point and a conduit for the message to come through. as with anything that in the work that we do together, anytime you work with me, you're always going to notice that even though we're clearing around money, you are going to start seeing the ripple effect in other areas of your life. You might see it in your sex life, in your romantic relationships, in your friendships, in your family relationships. You might start to see it in the way that you treat your body, or just the choices that you make in terms of your own self-care and your time and your energy, like where you're spending that. Candace less frequently now, but yes. Alanda totally in the past, but so much better now thanks to you. Hooray! Da-da-da-da! The Noelie deserving transmission. That's me sending you some more deserving. You deserve to have everything you want. And of course, you know, this is, it seems funny because I talk about this stuff and I'm very aware of my own patterns around it. And so I have gotten so much better. But it's the kind of thing that I think is like a continual journey, and there's always a new level and there's always a new deepening. And when I kind of hit a certain level or vibration of deserving, for example, in all areas of my life, it's like, oh, it's time for you to up level again, and I'll start to see the other areas or like the next layer. So whereas there might have been a time where my people pleasing or my, you know, punishing or sacrificing myself for others would have been so, like, I wouldn't have even contemplated that there was another way to live. Now I'm, you know, I'm much further along the journey at the point where I can see where it's happening and it's very conscious. But it, you know, it still shows up for me. It still shows up. I'm a fire constitution, you know. What can I say? We fire people. We like to make sure everyone's happy and everyone feels good. And then we're like, oh, I forgot about my own happiness for a second there. Fuck. And back I go inward again to find my own joy. Wicked. So yeah, so we're going to be using money as our kind of anchor point and our conduit for the tapping. But you will notice upgrades in all areas of your life. So, Are you a fire constitution as well, Candice? Oh, if you are, that's so good. So good. Okay. I'll just feel into this for a minute, see where we're going first. Something around the weight of responsibility of having more as well. It's like we feel like the more we have, the more responsibility we have. So the more abundance we have, the more responsibility we have. There's something there. More equals more responsibility. Something there. Just see what else is kind of alive. So all of you just feel into, you know, whether you're watching live or watching on the replay, this is going to work for you. So don't fucking worry about it. Like, you know, don't worry if you weren't here live. You don't have to think, oh no, I wasn't there. This isn't going to work. It's going to work. Quantum as fuck. Energy doesn't understand time. Just deal with it. You're in. You're locked in now. Tap along. So let me just see, what else have we got here? So there's some responsibility stuff. There's some feeling like if I get what I want, someone else loses out or whatever. And there's a difference between being okay with other people losing out and you getting what you want, like being okay with that, and just fully believing the statement, when I get what I want, everyone wins. So I feel like there's kind of two shades of this. There's like the fully integrated, which is like, when I get what I want, everyone wins. Of course, because if I win, everyone wins. If someone else wins, I win. Like, it's this celebratory, just like uprising of energy, versus when I get what I want, even if someone else doesn't get what they want, or even if someone else loses out, even if someone else feels shit, I'm okay, and I can handle that, and I know that I'm still worthy and deserving of what I got. Do you see what I'm saying? There's like two different, there's like, this is the evolution of this. So this belief of when I get what I want, everyone wins, is like the next level evolution of being okay if other people are struggling, or being okay with other people being in pain, even if you're winning, right? So maybe the first thing we're actually doing is clearing this. Let me just check. So just testing into the energy of the container. Just like feel yourself like leaning into the energy, almost like physically, but you can feel your energy saying yes. Absolutely loud and clear. Perfect, Candice. Thank you. Always good to get that response. You know me, little Manny Gen life. Something to respond to. Yeah! Woohoo! So when I get what I want, everyone wins. Are we starting with clearing this affirmation? No. Okay, so that comes later. Is there a root clear to do first? No, is it tapping first? Okay, cool. So we're going to start with a little tap. It's like when I do these free events, it's basically like this, you know, it's basically going to end up being enough value that you could have fucking paid for this. So do show up for yourself energetically. Do opt in and really feel like just make a decision in your body that like you've invested in this, you know, show up for it in that way, because I don't fuck about with this energy work. This isn't just like half-assed potency because it's a free thing. Like this is, you're getting it all. You're getting the full Noelie transmission. So drink it in, stick your straw in me and give it a suck. We're going in. Where the fuck does this shit come from? Okay, so where are we beginning with the tapping in that case? Okay, so everyone just take a couple of deep breaths and really just sink into your body, because I'm feeling that there's a lot of like, even just what I've said so far, I think has got a lot of you up into your head, thinking of ideas and memories and times and like trying to solve the problem and being very up here. Excuse me. So we're dropping in. Energy's obviously already moving. So just dropping into your body, really just feeling yourself sinking. Anchoring yourself into the energy of the group. Notice how when you just breathe a little bit more intentionally. All the way down into your seat bones. Feeling your energy drawing down into the ground. And just being with your body just for a moment. There's some heavy stuff there, hey. I'm just going to go with what I'm feeling in the group. So just gently opening your eyes and let's just start tapping. I just felt it. I don't know where this is going to take us, but I'm just going to trust the feeling. So yeah, let's just go straight in. If you've never tapped with me before, these are the points: side of the hand, top of the head, inner eyebrow, outer eyebrow, under the eye, under the nose, here, collarbone, under the arm, and then either wrists or along the top nail bed of each of your fingers. I'm going to be tapping with you, so you don't need to remember that. I just wanted to give you a quick little overview there. Okay, so let's go in. This feels very heavy. Oh, okay, let's just start. Even though, and just repeat after me. If you've never done this before, just tap with me and repeat after me and you're good to go. And even if the words specifically don't resonate, just say them and feel into your body and feel the energy moving. We are working as a collective, so it will begin to shift. Okay, so here we go. Even though I have this heavy feeling in my body, when I think about getting what I want, I accept myself anyway. Even though I get this depression or sadness and a feeling like dread in my body, when I think about fully receiving all of the money and all of the things that I want in my life, I'm okay and I accept myself anyway. Even though I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. And I'm not sure I really know what it feels like to be free. I am okay and I accept myself anyway. Money means freedom. Money means choices. Money means options. Money means generosity. And these things feel good. Because when I get what I want, everyone wins. And all that sadness. And all that heaviness can be released now. I can release it all to the earth, to the ground beneath my feet, to be transmuted under the energy of this moon, to be transformed into new opportunities. And I am open to receiving. I'm open to receiving the love and the money that I deserve and desire. And I release any beliefs about my level of responsibility, stress, or anxiety going up as the numbers in my bank account do. The two things are not connected. If I take on more responsibility than I need to, that's a choice, not a necessity. And when I remember that it's a choice and not a necessity, I can choose to let it go. I can choose to release it all. I can release responsibility and not release money. Having more money does not mean more pressure. I am free. I'm safe. It is safe and easy for me to receive more money. It is safe and easy for me to keep and hold money in my bank account. It is safe and easy for me to know what to invest in and when. It is safe and easy for me to know when to release money. And it is safe and easy for me to grow my money. I want to receive more money. Receiving money feels really fucking good. Take a nice deep breath for me. If you've got water, have a little sipperoo, and then let's have a check-in. Where is everyone? How are you feeling? What did you notice shifting? I think I got our root clear during that as well, actually. Just wait for the comments to catch up. Great. Just keep breathing and letting that shift, Maria. Just keep breathing, feeling into the body. Lots and lots of yawning. Fantastic. So many yawns, a few tears. Definitely felt a bit lighter, more focused. Great. This is good. I had a poo at 2:30. I was already... You're already releasing. Yawning, burping, definitely resonating. Wait, I felt the burden of responsibility lifting. Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, it just felt really heavy. It was just... like I said, almost like a sense of like grief and dread. Felt quite ancestral, actually. It felt like old shit that we don't need to carry around anymore. Good. Glad that resonated. A lot of shifter felt very confused initially. Yep. Late to the party, we'll catch up on the replay. Great. Anything else? Anything else? Breathing freer. Lovely. Yum. Okay, cool. So we're going to root clear something in a minute. There might just be a little bit more of a tap to do. I'm just going to fit into that. But we're going to root clear generosity. That came through when we were tapping. Needs to already feel happier and lighter. Good. Fantastic, Karen. That's what I like to hear. We're going to root clear generosity. I think sometimes there can be this perception that when we receive more money, we then have to be more generous. We have to give more money to charity, or we have to like, oh, I can't just receive all this money. I have to somehow give back. And like, you actually don't. You don't have to if you don't want to. Very often people like us are genuinely quite kind-hearted, and therefore when we have a surplus of money, if there's a cause that really resonates with us, we'll often give money to that cause, or buy people lunch, or take people on a spa day, or whatever. Is like one of my fave things ever, to like be like, come on a spa day with me, I'm paying. You know, it's like, I love to have those flurries of generosity when I'm feeling really abundant. That just feels really good to me, but I'm not doing it out of a sense of obligation. And I definitely used to carry some beliefs around, if I have more money, then it will be wrong of me to just keep it. It'll be wrong of me to not be more generous. And so I would often... I remember actually one specific incident where I did treat somebody to a spa day. This is years ago now. And I was like, oh, fuck. Can I afford this? Can I really? I suppose I better do it, because they've seen me making all this money. Like, I better treat them. Oh my God. Right. Yeah. I'm looking forward to being able to be more generous. Exactly. But when it comes from this place of like, literally like the feeling of overflow and being able to just give because you're just so full and it's not even like a conscious thing that the more generous I am, the more money I make. It's just literally like, you just feel like you want to give from that place of being so full and abundant and overflowing. It's like, this feels so good. And then of course you receive more, because you're in this beautiful energy of like just vibrating and radiating out this juicy generosity. So let's just do a little root clear on that and then see where we're at. But that's what was coming through to do next. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So, okay, so everyone just breathe into your bodies and really feel into what generosity means to you. And then start to notice any places where you kind of feel it tugging a little bit. So I'm going to test the energy of the container. We're going to find collective ages. Oh, hang on a minute. Something's just dropping in for me. I just need to move it. Can I deal with that later? Does it need to be cleared right now? No, so I can do that. Okay, cool. We'll just park that. I'll come back to that later. Oh, good. More shit to clear. Woo! Okay, so generosity is what we're clearing for the container right now. So the first age of the collective around generosity was... Oh, and just feel to say about this, we're not just clearing beliefs and things about, oh yes, Paula, yeah, 100%. That's where we're going. I love this. That's definitely a piece of the puzzle. Let me just feel into this a sec. There was something I wanted to speak into around generosity real quick. This is about aligning us. Okay, this clear is about clearing the blocks so that we can align ourselves with that frequency that I was just speaking about, with that frequency of overflow. Because I was thinking, like, are we clearing overflow or not? And it's like, no, we are aligning ourselves with being in that, like, radiating that juicy and delicious feeling of being in overflow and being so, like, rich in our frequency that we can easily give. We can easily be generous. Like, that's the energy that we're aligning ourselves with by clearing this. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go, champ. The first installment of generosity was okay, so the first install was 3 weeks old, and then weeks, months, 1, 2, oh, and then 3 months old, and then months, years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. Okay, 3 weeks old. It was fire, earth, being, stomach, empathy, worry, money, love, self. And it's our worry about a situation. Don't know what that would be, but there we go. Worry in connection with generosity. 3 months. Fire, earth, stomach, empathy, ooh, unreliable. Oh, I get so much pain in my neck doing this. Unreliable. And then 6 years. Fire, earth, metal, shame. There's something here in the shame install, something around sharing as well. Like not wanting to share. And that's okay, by the way, if you don't want to share. This actually happened to me today. That's so funny. I was like, I don't want to share my chips with anyone, so I'm going to eat them all. And I was very clear about it. I'm a Taurus, touch my food, I will stab you with a fork. Unless I've offered it to you. But if you just try and take a chip off my plate, you're getting a fork in the finger. And so the installs we've got here are worry at 3 weeks old, unreliable at 3 months old, and then shame at 6 years old. So my Taurus moon don't like sharing at all, right? It is like, it's a thing. I just make a joke of it now because I used to actually feel quite a lot of shame around it. And again, what that would actually lead me to do, this is interesting, what it would lead me to do would be to like be over generous. So it's like, I don't want people to know that I don't want to share my stuff. So I better make sure that I like give some of it away so that people don't see the shadow, which is like, I don't want to share. So now I'm just like, I don't want to fucking share. Don't try and take my food. That's just the way it is. If I share food with you, you know I fucking love you. Children are often shamed for not sharing. Exactly. And it's like, why should they? If they want the thing and they want all of the thing, like, why the fuck are we not letting people have all of the fucking thing, right? So like, let's clear this shit. We don't fucking need this anymore. So we're gonna take these points on the head. We're just going to breathe through. So we are clearing in relation to generosity. We are clearing worry. The idea that there is some unreliability in connection with generosity. Maybe it's like receiving generosity from others and we don't know that it's always going to be there. Is it reliable? And then this piece around shame feels like a big one. So just really feeling into all of this. I just felt this amazing wash of energy through the group. Like, I don't want to fucking share. Yes. SAS activation complete. Tick. And the funny thing is that I am actually a very generous person, and I'm sure you guys can resonate with that in your own lives as well. But it's just, I want to be generous on when I want to be generous. I don't want to feel like shame around the times when I don't want to be generous, because that's okay too. And a lot of that can be, again, you know, the safety, security. Is it safe for me to claim everything that I want and not share it? This is good. I like where we're going here. Just keep holding the points, moving the energy. Okay, is that completely cleared? Great. Any saboteurs, any deceptions? Are there any other root clears that are relevant for us to do today? No. Is it time for us to align ourselves with this statement? Yes. Great. How is everyone doing? Anything bubble up for any of you whilst you were actually doing that clear? Oh, this neck, this shoulder. Oh, I think I need a new office check, people. I think that's what it is. I need to treat myself to a new office chair. Tell me the things. You just, I know when I pull these stupid faces, I just know that someone somewhere is going to screenshot that and send that to me. You know, happens more often than you might think. Like, what the fuck were you doing here? What's this face? Yawning. Great. So we've got resonating here. Be generous to yourself. Right. Yes. Greedy. Not sharing is greedy. Well, that's bullshit, isn't it? That's bullshit. And it's interesting, if that comes up for you, then actually just feel it. Feel the fact that you think it's greedy and actually just let that be okay. And I know, Tam, you've done my money mindset reset, yeah, and we clear greed in there. So it might be worth just going and taking a look at the first live stream clearing of the last money mindset reset that you did. You always raise my vibe. Oh, yeah, baby. Come and play. Come and join the business coven. You know you want to. I haven't actually started marketing it properly yet, but still, like, you can still join. I'll sell someone in early. I'm not above it. I'll be generous and let you in early. Bit white, but lots of yawning. And I totally thought, I don't want to share from my inner child. Yeah, this is so good. And actually, like, just let it be okay. Like, let's stop fucking shaming ourselves and trying to fit into these, like, these things that we think we're meant to be. Like, oh, you've got to be generous. You've got to share. Why? Who said? I'm not going to share to make you feel better. Like, if I want to keep it, I'm fucking keeping it. I'm such an asshole and I love it. When you spoke about reliability, when I spoke about reliability, I got a bit through about other people's generosity, like what will they want in return? Woo, yeah, nice. So hopefully now that you've had that little light bulb moment, you can realize that maybe this is also about being able to receive, right? So yes, it's about us not wanting to share. And here's a good thing. Even if you don't want to share what you have, that doesn't mean that you don't get to receive from other people. There are no rules. There are no fucking rules. Like, you get to decide. Sometimes you might be really generous and other times you might not want to be. And think about this with your energy as well. Sometimes, like, we're really generous and exuberant with that energy. And other times, like, I just need to fucking hermit and not talk to anyone. But if someone else wants to send me something or, like, support me or send me a gift or just be really nice to me or offer me some of their energy and their love, even if I'm feeling like a hermit, then if I always feel like I have to match what they're giving me, I'm never going to be open to receiving. And think about this in business terms and money terms. Oh my God, Alanda. You always do this. You always feed some fucking magic into my brain. But think about this in terms of business. If I always feel like I have to match someone else's generosity, what that's going to mean is every time I put my prices at a certain point, I'm going to think that somehow I have to do even more. Excuse me. And it's also going to mean that if somebody wants to, you know, like, think about paintings that are just sitting on your website, for example, right? They're just on your website. Does that then mean that if everything has to be this fucking equal exchange, it's just not healthy for us to think that in order for us to be to receive, we have to then somehow give back. And knowing us, right? Like knowing us lot, we are overgivers already. So we're going to already be thinking that if someone gives us something, we have to like 10x what we give them back, right? So yeah, beautiful. I love that. I love that. What will they want in return? Well, maybe they don't want anything in return. Maybe you receiving what they are giving you is actually the gift that they want. Like when I give somebody a gift or do something nice for somebody, them receiving it is actually a beautiful feeling for me. So the same is true the other way. If someone wants to give me something and I am open to receiving that fully, like from the heart, then isn't that a gift to them as well? Think about giving someone a compliment and they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. It's just like, oh, okay, fuck you then. I won't bother next time. But if you pay someone a compliment, they're like, oh, thank you. That's really lovely. You feel good. You gave someone else a compliment, but you feel good about it, right? If I share something, what if I need it later? Cash is scarcity much. I love it. What came up too is feeling egocentric when I'm not open to other people, feeling self-absorbed. And why is that not okay? Right? Again, who cares? Who gives a fuck? So you feel self-absorbed. Maybe sometimes we are self-absorbed. I know I am. So does that mean I'm not lovable? Does that mean I'm not worthy or deserving, or that money is going to stop coming to me because I spent a day with my head up my own ass being self-absorbed? Like, no. We make these rules up in our head. The universe doesn't give a fuck. It just wants to give us cool shit, right? I have to overcompensate. Needing to behave consistently. You are going to need next week's podcast. I just did a whole fucking rant on consistency in my next week's podcast episode, so stay tuned for that, Paula. Then get good at it. Start practicing it, Karen, getting good at receiving. Some heavy Marxist ideas that I'm reading covering issues of surplus and exploitation. Sigh, trying to release. Stop trying and just release, Angela. Like the trying makes it sound like it's hard work. Release is actually like, when you look up the etymology and the meaning of the word, basically, of release, it is just like this blissful sensation of letting go. It is the absence of effort in a way. So if you're trying to release, you're actually not releasing. Let it go. Let it go. Yes, that there is a limit to what they can give me if I don't give or share. Yeah, generosity is a one-way gift. Yeah. But it's not, right? Because when we're generous to someone else, we receive the deliciousness of them having received it, which is a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Yum! Okay. Let's just take a breath. Put your hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Take a nice big breath, and then we are going to do one final clear. I want to clear this affirmation for all of us. I'm like charging up my cheeky little citrine here next to this live stream. Let's just take 3 really nice big belly breaths, closing your eyes, dropping out of the head and all of the ahas and the epiphanies, and just in through the nose into the belly and through the mouth. Let's do 2 more. Okay, you can open your eyes or keep them closed if you want to. Just feeling into the statement, when I get what I want, everyone wins. I'd love for you now to just say that out loud. When I get what I want, everyone wins. Okay, so we're at 70%. Let's see what we need to clear in order to get us to 100% congruence with that statement. Excellent, so good. Okay, it's in the stomach. So we're going to use the stomach meridian. If you don't know where that is, it is under the kneecap, 4 fingers down. So I'm using my right hand on my left. And then I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to rub in line with that little finger. So it's about 4 fingers down from the kneecap on the outside of the shin. that squidgy bit. You're going to do both sides. So left hand on the left shin, right hand on the right. You're just going to rub those points. If you don't want to rub those points for whatever reason, you're just going to hold up here. It will do the same thing. But I'm going to rub the actual meridians, which are here on the shins. We are clearing in relation to when I get what I want, everyone wins. We're clearing disgust, and it's other to self. So we are clearing the idea that other people will be disgusted with us. Ugh. If I believe when I get what I want, everyone wins, other people will be disgusted. And disgust is like a physical, like, ugh. It's like a physical, like pushing away, like, ugh, disgusting. We don't want anyone to feel disgusted with us, right? So let's get rid of that. Ugh, God, this feels gross. Okay, one more nice big breath, just rubbing those points in through the nose, out through the mouth. Ugh. Whew. That was a big one. That's what she said. Okay, so everyone, once again, just saying, when I get what I want, everyone wins. Just say that out loud for me. When I get what I want, everyone wins. Okay, we're up to 90%. So let's just see. There's just something else keeping us from not being fully congruent with that statement. And it is in the stomach again. Okay, same point in the stomach, so rubbing the legs, or if you don't want to rub your legs, here. So as you're rubbing this point, we are clearing fulfillment. So the stomach is in the earth element. And when we look at the idea of fulfillment and the stomach is really about being able to receive nourishment. So not just from our food, but receive nourishment from life, to be able to hold things long enough that we receive what we need from them before passing them on or releasing them, yeah? So it's kind of part of like the breaking down in 5 element theory. It's described as like the rotting and ripening of food, yeah? But it also does that with ideas and concepts and situations. So if we're unable to hold something long enough to actually receive fulfillment from it, because it's showing up as not enough fulfillment, then yeah, we just can't receive the nutrients or the nourishment from something, from experiences, from money, yeah? So this is actually, when we look at this in terms of money, if you just have money just like pissing through, like you always seem to just be like, it's always got somewhere to go and you can never like seem to take money on for any length of time, then this is probably connected. It's like you're not actually able to get any sense of fulfillment from receiving that money, because if you can't actually do anything fun with it or hold it or grow it, then it just feels like this relentless fucking cycle. And when you think about our ability to actually like draw energy into the body, whether it's food or thoughts, ideas, like, you know, feelings and relationships or whatever it is, bringing things down into the body and allowing them to be in the stomach long enough to actually receive fulfillment from them. If you're not able to do that with money or physical resources, it's really fucking tiring, and it's effectively like kind of having the shits. You know, it's like everything I put in just comes straight out and I'm exhausted and I'm not actually getting any nourishment and I just want to give the fuck up. And if you feel like that about money, then that's going to suck balls. Making money should be really fucking fun. It should feel like a game. It should feel easy and flowful and delicious. And the services or whatever it is, the products that you are gifting to the world in exchange for that money, that should feel good. It should all feel fucking good and it should all feel fulfilling. So just take a moment to really feel that in your belly, in your stomach. Like, oh yeah, it's actually okay for me to receive money and to hold the frequency of money in my body for longer than like a millisecond before I like shit it out again. You know, like you get to hold it and it's safe and it is good. Okay, is this landing with you guys? Are you feeling that relationship with money and how this is gonna like up level your shit around it? Is that now cleared? Yes. Okay. So now, once again, for the final time, just saying for me, when I get what I want, everyone wins. Yeah, that's clear. Okay, it's 100% clear. Yeah, and that will integrate over. That's going to integrate over the next 3 days. So 2 to 3 days, you'll start to really feel that making a difference. Now, look, when you start having crazy wins and noticing all the shifts, I want you to fucking share this, okay? I want you to share your wins underneath this fucking live stream. Tag me in a post in this group, like tell me the wins, share your celebration. I am big on sharing your celebration. If you don't, then it's like you're just, again, it's another way of making yourself feel like you're not there yet, you're not good enough. Allow yourself to actually celebrate and really feel into even the smallest of wins, yeah? Hugely resonating, but with a little sad face. Oh no, don't be sad, or do be sad, like it's totally allowed. It's totally allowed, but hopefully it leads you into a beautiful place of release and receptivity. I just want everyone to be happy all the time, but that's my shit, not anyone else's. I'm also really here for all those big emotional releases because holy fuck balls, do they lead to some fucking magic. Whew. Okay. We are going to just do one final little bit of dropping into the body, allowing this to integrate. You know, I like to leave you feeling as integrated as possible after these things so that you don't just go off into the world and melt alone. Feel whatever needs to be felt. Cry the tears that need to be cried. Yawn the yawns, burp the burps, trump the trumps, whatever that needs to happen. And really hear me when I say you deserve to receive nourishment from life. You deserve to receive, yes, I'm sure it shall. Good. I'm excited for what this means for you, Candace, and I want to know all the things that happen as a result. All of the magic. Share, tell me all the things. Hashtag nosy Noel. It's my little spidey senses. I just want to know everything. So feel into your body right now and really just feel into how fucking deserving you are of receiving nourishment from life, receiving nourishment from money, receiving nourishment from your friendships, relationships, in all areas of your life. And if it's safe for you to do so, like you're not operating a forklift truck, because, you know, that wouldn't be safe. If it is safe for you to do so, please just take a little moment now, like a shavasana at the end of yoga, to just take a moment to honor what you have just received, what you have just moved, what you have done to show up for your spiritual, energetic, and emotional health today, and that well-being and that expansion. So just closing your eyes. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Allowing your body and your energy to find a place of peace. Release the need to make sense of it all. And begin to feel the crown of your head opening to receive. Energy swirling down through the crown of your head. Receiving money, love, freedom, inspiration, energy, desire, presence just effortlessly entering your body through the crown of your head and sinking all the way down through the throat, gently flowing through the heart space in a way that feels safe, easeful, comfortable, down through the solar plexus, the belly, the sacral, the root, and down out through the legs and the soles of your feet into the ground. Feeling your belly, your stomach. And if you wish to place your hands on this area of your body, please do. And just take a moment to send your attention to your belly. And really just breathe into it. Notice how much tension, how much holding we do here. And just really, just let it all hang out. As you feel the rise and fall of your belly, synchronizing with your breath. Just take a moment to forgive yourself for maybe not allowing as much nourishment to be held as maybe would have been beneficial in the past, and just forgiving yourself for that. You didn't even know, you didn't realize that that was possible. And now just feeling into the expansive nature of the work we have done here today. What it will really mean for you, for your ability to give and receive love and money and abundance and opportunity and freedom. Just notice how much your capacity to receive all of these delicious things into your life has expanded and increased. Now that you are giving yourself permission to be present and receive nourishment from everything that you receive. To hold things long enough to fully receive from them all of the gifts. And you may feel to say with your inner voice, I allow myself to receive. Nice big breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes, rubbing the palms of your hands together. And before you open your eyes, just using your hands to wash over the body. If you need to open your eyes to see what I'm talking about after you've rubbed your palms together, just using the palms to allow all of that energy to just sink into the body, sealing it in with that physical touch. Give yourself a little hug. Touch your face. Here you are. You're alive. Da 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 da. How amazing to be alive. Thank you so much for everyone who showed up live and to anyone who watched on the replay. If you feel to come and do more work with me, you know where I am. Drop me a message into my inbox. And even if not, and you were just here for a bit of free fun a la Noelie, thank you for being here regardless. It makes it so much more fun when there are people for me to play with live. So thank you. Let me know how you get on. Start to notice where you're allowing yourself to receive nourishment, where you are not allowing yourself to. Remind yourself to breathe, feel into your belly, and let yourself really hold and grow what you are allowing yourself to fully receive. You're welcome, Ingrid, Alanda, Karen. Hey, Mr. Sharp. You're welcome, Angela, Candice, Lynn, Eva. Thank you all so much. I love you. Bye.